Hey, I'm Kev Cam, and welcome back to Ride Free, where I don't know who you are, but you're putting my livery on your bike. Have you seen how rubbish the livery is? As we get into it in career mode, and I thought I'd just show off. Apart from, the normal levels, you have the riding schools, so you learn about Supersports, Supermoto, naked bikes, and superbike riding. And you also have these extra volumes at the bottom as well for the DLC. So you've got the BMW 1200 GS, a trip to Italy, and a war that breaks through the silence. And we've also had a recent DLC as well, a free bike headed, the Honda CBR 600. We can go through that as well. But in this episode, we are going up to Tier 2 or Level 2, and the Genesis of Sport 600S, the technological challenge of the first Supersports. Driven by the success of the races derived from series at the turn of the new millennium, 600 sports bikes made their technological leap that brought them to their current characteristics. At the time, they were better powered than their 1000cc's. 600cc engines could not exploit their engine size like their bigger sisters, so they had to be redefined in terms of thermals and mass reduction to obtain the engine revolutions, let's say, to perform. And we have got 3 single races, a track day for the first time, and a drag race. And we can win a 2009 Suzuki GSX R600 if we complete all of this. Probably not, but let's see what we can do round the Italian circuit, the 5-miler. As we have got the Honda CBS F Sport to try out. What about the dealership? Are there any other bikes we can try? We've got the CBR 600RR, the Kawasaki Ninja ZX6R, where we all know about the Kawasaki Ninja. And we get that if we complete the Legends of Motorcycling. So we might go back and get that. But for the time being, it looks like this bike is pretty decent as well. Actually, it looks like it's the weakest of the lot. But we'll see how we do on this. I think it's Valentino Rossi inspired. It's to celebrate him winning the title, maybe. That was back when it was a 500cc title, of course. As you can see, we could get a new bike, or we could just proceed with the new bike we've got, or the free bike we had. 480 pp. In 1987, Honda introduced the first CBR 600F, a fully faired bike, the F standing for fairing. Who would have thought? The new edition immediately showed her worth, but the manufacturer of the Gold Wing was not satisfied, periodically making several improvements. Produced in 2001, the model in question was characterised by the introduction of electronic injection with 38mm throttle bodies, the strengthening of the frame and swing arm, and improvement of the suspension. And as you can see, it talks about the engine size as well. The 599cc 4-cylinder 4-stroke inline liquid-cooled engine ensures smooth, even delivery. Powers 110.2 HP. Don't forget about the 0.2 at 12,500 RPM, and maximum torque 64.7 Newton meters at 10,500 RPM. If you love the classics or just the black and red, you can't let the Honda CBR 600FS get away. So before we go to the race, let's do some upgrades, as you've seen it is the weakest bike apparently. So let's get all up in this engine biz and improve the ECU, get a race air filter on. And that's only 500 credits spent so far. And then that's 5,000. Don't want to spend too much. Oil will do nothing at the moment. What about a new exhaust? So that's the standard. Do we go with the muffler titanium? That's 1,000. That's not too bad. Friction reduction. That's 4,000. What about racing pistons? It's 2,500. We'll go for that. And racing rods as well, another 2,000, so that's 6,000 we've spent so far. We can win that back in a single race, we don't mind that. Do you want to improve the crankshaft balancing? What about valve tuning? Again, that's 5,000. Don't want to be spending too much. You've got a limit of like 10,000, I think, for the time being. And a racing gearbox, 2,000. Let's give ourselves a racing gearbox. And then 500. I think we can give ourselves all of the gearbox stuff. So a new chain as well. Then brakes and suspension. We definitely need brakes. That's always helpful. Again, that's 2,000. That'd be over budget, won't it? What about brake pads? Racing brake pads. It's only 200. Then calipers as well. That's going to be a lot, is it? Or 1,500. That's slightly over the 10,000. We can get new brake lines. Definitely can afford that. A new suspension as well. That's 2,000. And that's 1,000. What about wheels? Give ourselves new tyres. Improve the handling. Again, that's 2,000. 1,500. 1,000. What about real rims? As we want the aerodynamic real rims to get this weight down. There we go, streamline. 1,500. There we go. So that's the bike improved. I think it is now up to, we take a quick look, 492 pp. 7.3, 6.5, 7.2, 6.9. That's more like the other Honda, I think, which is top of the class. And the settings are still going to be the same. Still going to be automatic difficulty balancing, 100% very difficult opponents. I'm not sure whether to tweak it or not, because we've had half good races, half bad races since we've gone to automatic difficulty balancing. It doesn't seem to have worked too differently from how we were doing it before when changing it on the fly for each race. So definitely something to look out for in this volume, and then maybe change it for future volumes at this level. So we are getting ready for our first race on upgraded Honda. Let's see if it pays off then round this time. So for 3 laps, of course you get a shocking start. It's all about timing, getting that wheel down just in time so you maintain the momentum. Just did not get it right there. Let's hope we don't get made to pay for not upgrading the brakes too much. Let's ease it into the hairpin. Going to pound nice and early though. Trying to get the switch back on 10th. Getting a bit crowded out in front though. Looking to the outside. Oh, 10th brakes. So is everyone else into this corner. Apart from us, so he dropped back down. Trying to make the move though, make it 3 wide. Trying to get into the top 5, and it's like we succeeded. Got a couple of slow riders in front. So it definitely was worth upgrading this thing. Because normally we'd be dropping back majorly in this section. Instead we're making a brave move for second. Don't know how we made it through there. Just about did though. So less than a second behind the leader. Oh, are we close enough to make a move into the hairpin? I'm not sure. So we have to brake a bit earlier. Well, lack of brakes. But you slide through into the lead. So all we needed to upgrade was the engines. So try and hold the lead. Had to be cautious though. Over the bridge. Because this thing's all about horsepower, a bit like Tenerife. So we take a look for first. Really does not want to lose it though. How about into the hairpin? We are really rubbing elbows here. Again, he just went back in front of us. So I hit the barrier there. Hope he hasn't got a headache. It's now don't lift, don't lift, don't lift, don't lift. Didn't lift. Definitely brake though. Let's go down the inside now. In the final corner, I think that is. If I remember the circuit correctly, yeah. God damn it. You need to not be that ambitious on the brakes. Just brake normally. Because there's definitely sections around this circuit where we're quicker. So we just need to be patient. Not coming in like a ball in a china shot like we were there. That left-hander. It's nicely on the power. Plus this is a good start anyway at these seconds. Bodes well for the drag race coming up as well. So almost too wide. It's all very wide. No, get going. It's not the time to wheelie bike, goddache. It's a 1.4 seconds back when we should be half a second back. That's like missing up a corner before a long flat out section. We made it up nicely through the tunnel. Let's look at this thing wriggle on the brakes. And we know we're good into this corner. As we don't lift. Not in this second lap anyway. First lap we did. Don't outbrake yourself. Get on the power. Wish I could get down to first, but then we're in Wheelie City. Don't want to be in Wheelie City. This all brakes too much there. Took too much wall there. As we're over halfway through this race. This is touch and go for the win. Not sure we're good enough. Especially when you lose the rear like that. We're right in the tail first though. Oh, we've got a good exit. Bit of a wheelie. But no one minds that. Stab the brakes through the left. Because then we can go flat out through the right. Oh, and we can go down the inside for the lead. Don't outbrake yourself this time. Nicely done, kid. Gonna block the inside through the final corner. Now onto the final lap. We've got a duel on our hands. Yes, we beat the 2:50 mark. That's not bad. Basically braked when the guy behind braked there. Just going off the hair sound. Probably not the best idea for braking. Just outbrake them into the hairpin, then they push us wide. Well, you get the exit. And now hopefully we can put away through this flat out right hander for immediately braking. Didn't seem like we braked too early there. What we had. Oh, and then wide again. But this time we are half a second back. So we've got slipstream. Actually tucking, I'm even tucking in commentating. That's how dedicated I am to getting this bike quicker through this section. And so we're let off way too much there. We're still just 4/10 back. And then we always have a good run up the hill as well. To the right. As he goes slightly wide, we've got the inside line. It's almost into the scenery. Brake slightly early, but they're going a bit wider than we are. So we can just take the line on the exit. And now half a lap to duel. Brake a bit early into the right. And then they've got the outside line. We've got the inside. Just about finding the gap and going through. Then way too slow in the right. So once again, he's got the inside. We sneak down the inside through the apex. That was a bit brutal. We'll make it through. You always lose slight amount of time through the left. Because we lift and slow down a bit. So we're going to have a better right. And now don't outbrake yourself. Oh, going to power slightly early. Going through the final corner. Get on the power. And blast towards the line and win. And the debut on the Honda. That sounds like a good final lap. Mid 250, but it was a good final sector. Had to go through the ranks. Almost got our credits back already. We get 3 stars. What a good debut. As we win by a second. Did the fastest lap by about a second as well. Ahead of the Kawasaki Ninja ZX6R. As hello. Level 3's been unlocked. Look at that. A good show of the stats as well. As now we're heading to Great Britain and an airport. We're going to take off. But before we do that, I think we've got some more upgrades to put on. And it's all about the engine this time. So the air filter, send ahead. That's the one we couldn't do before. So get this up. So that's 5,000. High core tool, don't really care about that. We've upgraded the exhaust, friction reduction. So that really had a lot. Increases max power and torque. Goes up to 510 pp. Racing pistons, we've done that. Racing rods as well. We've got those, do we? No, we don't have racing rods. No, we do have racing rods, I was going to say. Then crankshaft balancing, definitely need that. Well, there's an expensive shot on this type. We've basically just fully upgraded the engine though, so that's 16,500 spent. Hope it's worth it. So I think this is our first time at the airport. Where the heck is this in Britain? It's like in the Scottish mountains or something. Never seen an airport like this in Britain. I would fly here daily if I did. If I could afford it, of course. So we are looking down then. All we got to do is go in a straight line. I think even I can do that as you go down the first person. And lose all momentum immediately. As I got to kill the wheelie. Well, it's going well then. So once again, I think we're going to fail this drag race, even though we are gaining. Just going to run out of time, are we? The game for third, yeah. I have no idea how I'm going to do that, because I have to do that, otherwise we're going to be wheeling for days. Yeah, we get nothing. So we're a second off. Even though, as you can see, we're at maximum 500 PB now. So let's look at what else happened. So it's like the German won, head of the Italian and the Brit. On home turf getting a podium. Do hate those drag races. As now we've got a track day though. As we head to Sugo and we've got to do 15 overtakes. And it looks like we've got just under 2 minutes to do them as well. Do we have the fast right-hander though? We do, yes. Okay, already love this challenge. Yes, that's one on the board. So as you can see, we get a star for 6 overtakes and 2 for 12. And the full 3 for 15. So braked way too much. Oh, they even can't even go off circuit. Okay. This is much better than the Forza Light challenge. Of course, you actually have 4 wheels and sometimes big ass cars to try and get by. All you got is motorbikes here. We've got lots of track to play with as we get a penalty. We outbraked ourselves. How have we got a penalty? So that's 4th. So I'm guessing we got to do, is it 10 this lap, then 5 the next or something? The way the times are. It's nicely down the inside there, but we're nowhere near getting 10. Oh, he caught that bike at a bad spot. Get out of the way! What are you doing, Kawasaki? Getting sabotaged by a rival Japanese company there. But at least we got a star on the board. Saying that, we're around halfway through, it looks like. So we've got quite a few riders stacked up in front. This is going to be hectic. It's down the inside for 8th. And now I do get the feeling that Kawasaki has cost us. Oh, what is that bike doing? It's how we knocked down. It's down the inside for 10th. So a bit wide there. Round the outside for 11. Round the outside, we're heading on to the back straight. We've got less than 10 seconds. No! That Kawasaki did cost us. We're just going to get 12 in the end. God's sake. Plus you had the time penalty as well of 2/10, which really did cost us those 13. I'm just annoyed after that. As now we're back to racing again. That's more like it. Not on the Kawasaki Ninja as advertised though. So I can't remember if this is our first time around Villalunga. I don't think it is, but it's been a long time since we've been around this circuit. Very tricky circuit it is. I think it's the first time around the full circuit. So we are looking down at our dash for the penultimate event. I think of this volume. It has flown by because we've had a couple of very short events. I don't know how we're going to do the drag races when we have to do that at the start and have to deal with that region. Gonna have to set it like 0% or something ridiculous just to do it. So everyone went very wide in front. Let's try and sneak by up into the top 5. We'll take that at the start. There's another long straight, and third has been very slow. So down the inside, already got a star. Then we outbrake ourselves. Got on the power early though. Where we want to be is where they're dawdling on the power. We get by, I think. They're on the outside, heading into there, trying to push us wide. We had nowhere to go there. We got pushed out incredibly wide. So what was a good start has turned a bit awful now because we've kind of been pushed back. Time to fight back with our elbows. I mean, we didn't sharpen them for nothing. As unfortunately, the leaders got away thanks to that dilly-dallying in the middle sector. Where's the bike going in the final corner? As everyone just switches back down our inside, so we're down in 6th. What a dreadful second after that. It's got to be aggressive. As we get past 4th, now let's chase down the top 3 again. And this is with 500 PB, remember, this is the maximum the bike can be, and we're still in this position, just fighting for a single star. Again, we do have auto difficulty on, so I'm not sure if it's just set it to extreme now. Like, yeah, you got the maximum PP, just set it to extreme. Where's the bike going? Come on, get back on track. Just try and nut down the inside. No space there. Because that's what it feels like at the moment. Like we're pushing as hard as we can on this bike. We can't even get into thirds now. Like, his Pat's alright in Italy, like difficulty, and then since then, it's not been good. I hope we've got a British circuit to end it though. They always seem to be a bit kinder around the British circuit for some reason. We get out the final corner. Yeah, we're definitely, I'd say, 2.5 slower than the leader. To do a 44.7. So he goes a bit wide. Chance to shine on the brakes. There's Woe trying to punt us off. So we're up into third. We're getting a star. We go downhill. God, you have to wait for the power so long. We're 3.2 seconds back. So once again, the bike doesn't want to go into the hairpin. What are you doing, third? Getting into us. You can't do it back because they always, for some reason, have unbelievable grip for that corner, and then it's that Rossi. Because he just went onto our racing line there, thanks to that. That's probably cost us third now. That we're too far back. We're going for a sector where we're not that good. Yep. We're not even getting a star after all of this. God's sake. So yeah, I think I'm just going to go back to adjust it myself because this auto thing's not really working. We get our credits back though. Up to rank 110. Lots of credits earned. No, 5 stars. Oh, we're 2.3 seconds slower than the guy who seems to be on a different difficulty level for some reason. So finally there is Tenerife and the short circuit, a 4-miler. Another single race. So we are looking down our bike for the final time. So you get a bit of an intro there as well. As another disappointing start to go with this very disappointing volume. At least performance-wise. The bike's been decent, it's just the balancing has not worked at all with this volume. As we've got a maximum performance bike and we're struggling to score anything stars-wise. That should tell you that the balancing's a bit off. Let's see if we can do anything round Tenerife circuit where you normally go well round, but that's actually the long Tenerife circuit. This is the short one. We are going to struggle to score the win because it looks like we've got that ride in a different stratosphere still. So let's see what we can do as... Whoa! What the... I've never seen that before in these races. Really is ride or die around it. Bloody hell. I hope those riders recover after the first human expedition to Mars after that. That was crazy. Go down the inside for 4th. No, get going, bike. Bloody understeer. Actually, I was just going bloody too quick. As now we go into this final corner, which has unbelievable grip. I don't understand that corner compared to any other corner on this circuit where we're struggling to get round them. But that final corner, we can just take flat out on anything. And it doesn't matter, we can take that corner flat out. It's just an inconsistency in grip compared to the rest of the circuit, which is just mind-boggling. But it exists, and it's allowed us to catch up. 2 seconds. Come on, there's the star right in front. Come on, bike. Don't let me down as you... See, we try and get through the corner the same speed as them. Doesn't work. And now we're kind of out the toe, going down. Downhill. That's right, what that rider behind doing? Making us anxious. Let's get it not quite right there. Don't want to top out too soon. Well, that's allowed us to gain. And the rider's in front. Look at that leader. That's absolutely ridiculous. No way. It's on the right ability as we get up into third. He tries to then wipe us out. Come on, we don't want to be sent towards a distant planet as well. There's second really slowed there. So get by. That's with 5.3 behind the leader. And then flat out. This is literally an oval corner. That is. Absolutely ridiculous. But at least in this, we're getting 2 stars to end this thing. I would definitely take that. After the volume we've had. And there'll definitely be some difficulty tweaking as well. When we come back to this. And we'll definitely be doing the difficulty tweaking myself. In the next coming volumes. So I think I've got a good idea-ish of where we're strong, where we're not. What circuits are better for us, what circuits are stronger for them. It's a 6.5 back despite doing our personal best at the first sector. And this is ridiculous as well, going downhill flat out. I can see why some riders were sent to another stratosphere. So that's wide. Get on the power. Still personal best, and we still lost 6/10. Despite that being very flat out. Now we've got uphill, flat out through the left. Slight slow down through the right, but again we're just waiting to get on the power on the bike. As well, we gained a bit there. That's our sector. And then flat out through the final corner. As we get up the sit, and we're going to get 2 stars, so it's been a decent end to this volume. And yeah, we can raise our fists finally. Not in fury, but in triumph. As well, Nelson's column number. I've got to have one of everything. I don't know how I'm going to do this then for the rest of the episode. Actually, I'm not riding, am I? So, doesn't matter as we're a second slower. So, not the most successful volume. Even the music has left us now. It can't be asked with this episode. Neither can we, a couple of those circuits either, but I'll definitely be going back, trying to get 100% after the second faster issue, as next time we'll be heading to the third one, and a 600S on the track evolution in the 2000s. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.